How do I still feel like myself while going through menopause? My name is Dr. Droliviajoseph, and I've been a functional medicine practitioner for 20 years. And I've worked with many different types of hormonal imbalances and many different ages of women dealing with hormone issues. So menopause is not a hormonal imbalance. Menopause is something that is supposed to occur. The reason we go through menopause is so we no longer bear children. So our ovaries are intended to shut down and stop ovulating and stop producing progesterone and estrogen. And that doesn't mean you're gonna be miserable. That doesn't mean you're gonna have symptoms, because not all women who go through menopause are miserable. Not all of them gain weight. Not all of them can't sleep. Not all of them experience emotional ups and downs. I realize a lot of these issues are common, and one of the reasons that they're so common is because of hormonal imbalances. And there are a lot of different hormonal imbalances that occur. So one of the things I always ask women that I start working with, especially if they're already postmenopausal or in perimenopause, is I ask them about what their cycles and hormones were like in the earlier years. Were they normal? Were they regular? Did you have heavy bleeding, heavy cramping? How was your mood and emotional health? Because a lot of the times you can track those hormonal imbalances back. So they don't develop during menopause. You already have a hormone imbalance that gets worse during menopause. So if you have a history of infertility, miscarriage, polycystic ovarian syndrome, endometriosis, fibroids, family history of hormone-positive cancer, you've experienced hormone-positive cancer. That's a pretty good reason to check your hormones. So the hormones that I like to check in all women, not just perimenopausal or menopausal females, is I like to check cortisol levels, because cortisol is significantly going to impact your energy levels, your sleep quality, your mood, and how you deal with stress. When you see cortisol imbalances, sometimes you also see imbalances in blood sugar, in blood pressure, high levels of inflammation, difficulty losing weight, weight gain, especially in that abdominal area. So cortisol is a very important hormone to check, and cortisol levels do not change when you go through menopause. They should be highest when you wake up, lowest when you go to bed. So other hormones I like to look at is androgens. There's actually something called andropause that can occur in men and in women. So your androgens are pregnenolone and DHEA. DHEA is what your body uses to make estrogen and testosterone. Pregnenolone is what your body uses to make progesterone. So even though your ovaries are no longer producing progesterone and estrogen, it's still important that you have healthy androgen levels. When you do not have healthy androgen levels, your body can't make hormones adequately, but those androgens are working with the adrenals, which are the glands on your kidneys that are regulating your cortisol levels. So all these hormones are working together. The ovaries, again, they don't turn on until puberty, they don't shut down until menopause, but that's not a hormone imbalance. Puberty is not a hormone imbalance. Menopause is not a hormone imbalance. Perimenopause is not a hormone imbalance. These are natural physiologic changes that are supposed to take place in women. Our hormones are ever changing. Our hormones change when we are ovulating. Our hormones change when we are on our period. Our hormones change when we are pregnant. Our hormones change when we are breastfeeding. And what that means is a lot of hormone symptoms can occur if those hormones are out of balance. So I do still like to check sex hormones even in a postmenopausal female, not through blood. Blood is not a great way to measure estrogen in a postmenopausal female, because a lot of your estrogen, once your ovaries shut down and stop producing that progesterone and estrogen, a lot of that excess estrogen that's left is stored in fat and glandular tissue. And I would much rather measure that through urine, because urine is one of the ways that we excrete dangerous estrogens. So you can be estrogen dominant and be postmenopausal. And one of the only ways we're going to catch that is through urine testing. So I'm a huge fan of Dutch complete testing by Precision Analytics, because it allows me to see how much dangerous estrogen is within the body and leaving your body. When I do that type of urine test, I'm also able to see if you're something called androgen dominant. And if you're androgen dominant and you're a postmenopausal female, what you're gonna see is you're gonna see cystic acne. So you might be like, I'm 50 years old. Why am I breaking out like a teenager? It usually isn't high testosterone. It's usually because of an androgen dominance. And then the other thing about testosterone is probably your best Friend, if you are a postmenopausal female. Women, we need testosterone for our brains, bones, and muscles. That's what makes us vulnerable to osteopenia and osteoporosis, cognitive decline due to hormones, and low muscle mass, low muscle tone, low metabolism, and even falls that can lead to broken bones if our testosterone levels are low. Testosterone levels do not go down when you go through menopause. All that happens when you go through menopause is ovaries shut down, and what happens then, you're not producing progesterone and estrogen. The other stuff still has to be balanced in order for you to age well and feel good, especially in your postmenopausal years. So if you're looking for more answers, if you're looking for more testing and solutions to help you with your hormone health, feel free to reach out to work with me or somebody on my functional medicine team at The Wellness Connection. We'll be more than happy to work with you in person or virtual if you're not local.